just turned off the highway that travels from Silverthorne to Kremling at the Ute Pass turnoff, which we're headed up right now. It's June 23rd. It's going to be our first fishing trip of the year. The dogs are along with me. Sue has to do some training tomorrow, so she couldn't attend. This is pretty much going to be limited to still water, since all of our northern and central Colorado rivers are in absolute rage right now. Everything's running at least twice as high as it should be, and probably will be into the middle of July and possibly the 1st of August. So we'll try some still waters this week, maybe a pump canal at Shadow Mountain, a little bit of Lake Granby, and camp overnight tonight on Williams Fork Reservoir and see if we can catch a fish or two. Our first stop was the pump canal that passes between Shadow Mountain Reservoir and Lake Granby. It was a real dud today. The canal's not flowing at all, so it was impossible to drift anything. Well, this is about as tough as fishing gets. I'm in the Shadow Mountain tailwater right now. Don't know if I'm going to drown in the next foot. Whoa, there he jumps. Next step or not. I've had a couple of other decent fish on. This looks like a modest-sized brown, but boy, is it tough fishing. Oh, he took the little, oh, it's a little brown. Yeah, he took the little red midge behind the woolly bugger. We'll take a fish anyway. Getting slightly hammered by a thunderstorm right now. I'm going to try to make my way down to another little piece of holding water on this quote-unquote tailwater of Shadow Mountain Reservoir. It really isn't. It's in a rage. It's like calling the spillway at Bonneville Dam on the Columbia a tailwater. So wading's extremely dangerous. Holes everywhere. I've been in 5 feet deep already without knowing it. So we're going to try to stay out of the water as much as we can. The pump canal was a complete bust. I had a couple strikes there, but there's very little flow through it, so you couldn't drift a nymph, and there were no dry flies, and basically a couple of hits on a woolly bugger. So we'll try this rushing tailwater again in just a second and see if we can maybe get 1 or 2 more fish out of it. We'll see your local guides that are really good people. There's a guide coming right up through the closed area where the raptors are nesting. Let's see if anybody recognizes him on Facebook. Well, here's the same guide that just came up through the raptor nesting place. I'll be curious if anybody in the Colorado Department of Wildlife knows him. Well, I'm fascinated. I just got out of the car and started casting along the shore of Lake Granby, and I've heard something. Given my success today, it wasn't expected. So let's see what we have. It looks like a little something. Maybe a rainbow, I suspect. But boy, we'll sure take a fish. If it is. And what did he do? He snagged himself. Not a good idea. Well, we'll get him loose in there. Well, I guess this is better. It's a fair hook fish. Oh, it jumps. It's not real big, but a fish is a fish is a fish. It's going to be a rainbow. Stocked by somebody at some point, I suspect, recently. Oh, God. Boy, is he a shiner. Okay, he took the little green damsel nymph. Let's see if we can get him up and off. It's still fun to catch a fish. Dam over there, and we'll hope we might catch something decent sized here tomorrow, because we'll do a little hiking and casting along the lake. It's 7 o'clock the next morning. Dogs are happy. They're getting a nice little walk. I tried a little fishing off one of my favorite spots and had 0 success, so today may be a clone of yesterday, which means kind of fun being outdoors, but not much in the way of fishing success. I'm casting small streamers with a sink tip line. Haven't had a hit yet, but we'll keep hoping. Well, I've got some big, decent size. Whoa, go. Don't know what it is. I suspect it must be a trout, however, since I don't have a steel leader on, and the pike, unless I lip hooked it, would already split the thing off. Yep, it's a little trout. A little trout. Either that or a kokanee. Let's see what we got here. Ah, it's a kokanee, by gosh. That's a treat. Oops, there it goes. There he is, laying in the water. That was a decent fish. Let's see if we can move him. He doesn't want to move much either. Decent fish. We had a notion to try the Blue River where it enters Green Mountain Reservoir, rather just above it, but boy, it's just slammed with people. So I think we're done for the day and we'll call the trip over.